And I think we should be live, you guys. I'm making sure I have everything up on my end before proceeding any further. But let me know if you guys are can hear everything. If you guys can hear me everything like that. I just want to make sure we're good to go. Um, yo, what's good, Eddie? What's good? What's good? What was good with y'all? Hope you guys are having an amazing day so far. Even I think this is what Tuesday. I think yeah, it should be Tuesday. So uh pretty much what we're gonna be doing today, chat, is we're pretty much gonna be watching some Royal Rumble type content. Um, yo, what's good? Alex was good. I got all y'all on a big screen up here so I can see everything as we are going any further. I pretty much want to make this more like a reaction, but I also want to involve you guys and stuff like that. So I came across this content creator. Ultra 2K. I think he does like a lot of different 2K type contents and everything like that. So I wanted to, give him the proper, shout out and everything like that. Let me make the chat just a little bit bigger because I don't want it to overlap and everything. So what I'm gonna do is move y'all up just a little bit, just a tad, just a tad, just a tad, and we should be good to go. And I think with that being said, we're good. But how are you guys? I got goosebumps of thinking Rumble, bro. Nah, facts. I'm good, just applying for jobs, and I will be streaming NXT later tonight on my other channel. Hey, shout out to you, Eddie. Maybe we might collab sometime. For I'm excited for the Rumble. I'm excited for the Royal Rumble. So pretty much this content creator, like I said, is Ultra 2K. Um, I think I am subscribed to him, but just in case I'm not, I want to double check.
We're at the Royal Rumble.
Let me double check here. Okay. Let me make sure I'm okay. Shout out to Ultra 2K Gamer Guy. Um I'm gonna subscribe to him real quick. I've been tapped in for his with this stuff just for a little bit. My guy Leo, what up? Congrats on your text, man. We beat the brakes off of them off the Steelers yesterday. Them Steelers ain't wanted none of this work. How you feeling, bro? I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good, feeling good, feeling good. Can't complain too much. Can't complain too much. How are you feeling? Hear these thoughts? How's your Tuesday going? Yeah, the channel is Eddie's Lounge. I just started streaming it last week. Yeah, definitely Eddie. If we can probably stream sometime or maybe do a collaboration. What do you really do on your channel? Do you really do like wrestling or do you pretty much change it up? Aaron Rodgers retirement it's a retirement somebody, but I think Dominic is gonna be number 22 in the Rumble. I could see them putting Dominic in the Rumble because I feel like they've been saying he's probably gonna be back by the Rumble anyways. So I could see them bringing him back, especially with him being Intercontinental Champion. I do think they will bring him back. I'm good. Uh, oh, he's talking to. But yeah, he just thought we're doing good so far. I can't complain too much. But yeah, I've been tapped into Ultra 2K guy for a while. Doing well thoughts. If you go to the chat on your Instagram, your turn in the WWE Family Feud game. Oh yeah, we are doing the Family Feud game. If you guys haven't, Keenly, I'm doing good as always. Good to see you having fun doing your solo streams, bro. Keep grinding. Absolutely appreciate that. Hear these thoughts. I appreciate that a lot. It's very hard to really do solo content, and it really can be draining, but it's also fun at the same time because now I'm pushing myself to do things that I never thought I would a million years be able to do. So I feel like that within itself is really fun. Just being able to kind of just really test my limits as a content creator and as an individual, and kind of just stepping outside of my comfort zone and doing something different. So definitely been it's had its ups and downs. I will say that, but no, I think Randy's going to win the Rumble. I don't know. I feel like there's a plethora of different people that can potentially win the Royal Rumble in 2026. But we're gonna react to the women's today. Um, and if you guys want, I'll let you guys decide. depending on how what you guys feel, we're gonna react to the women's, and if you want me to, I'll also react to the men's because I think he did the men's for this one as well. I haven't really reacted to checked out either one of these, but like since it's Royal Rumble content, it's Royal Rumble season, I would say I thought why not do it. Trey, appreciate the sub, man. Appreciate the sub, but I was thinking if you guys really want to, last year it was all women's sport, but this year I'm being very versatile and I do video reactions and NXT as Twitch exclusive. I will say give you this advice, Eddie. With it being Road to WrestleMania season, this is a really good opportunity for you to really. It's I went. I it really depends on your schedule, but try to push out content, especially with Rumble season and Mania season. This is an opportunity for a lot of content creators to really get discovered and really be a part of one of the most exciting times of the year because I feel like a lot of fans really tune in for the road to WrestleMania, from the Rumble to Chamber to WrestleMania. So this is a good opportunity for you as a content creator to really be pushing out content. So it really just depends on the type of content you want to do. If you're into streaming, honestly, Eddie, if you really able to do the Royal Rumble stream, because Royal Rumble is going to be a really big deal. Considering, I know it's in Saudi, but outside of that, it's a really big deal to see who's going to go to WrestleMania, who is taking that next step in their career. So it's a really good opportunity for you. Royal Rumble season, yes, indeed, Alex. It's crazy to think Royal Rumble is not really next week, but the week after that. Because next week we have Saturday Night Main Event, and then before that we have none other than Rumble. So literally the next 2 weeks for like WWE is gonna be really jam packed. Because they're trying to load up that Saturday Night Main Event card, which I think they are going to, and then you have Royal Rumble right after that. I think it's Becky or Liv. I think Becky, with her being Intercontinental Champion, I feel like that kind of takes her out of it because I feel like they're gonna be really focusing. They're gonna tell different stories throughout the Rumble besides who else is winning. But I do think with Becky, she's gonna have her hands tied with that Intercontinental Championship, and then Becky Lynch going up against AJ Lee at WrestleMania. So I think that's kind of the story that they're gonna tell throughout the Royal Rumble, if you ask me. But they could pull a swerve because I know there was recent reports about having Stephanie Vaquer and Becky going at it, but I think Becky is going to be tied up with AJ Lee, and I think Rhea Ripley was on being discussed as well. But I think with her being tag team champion, I think they're going to have her go into Mania as tag team champion potentially. I feel like that's what they're going to do. They're going to probably do like a multi-woman tag team match going into WrestleMania this year. Yeah, I just have to figure it out, the schedule. I also have videos stored that I have to upload to my second channel on YouTube. Definitely having video. That's what I was doing too, Eddie, honestly. Like with me, I would literally record before I went in and everything like that. And then I would try to, if I'm able to, I would literally upload them during my break. That's kind of just how I did it. But it's definitely gonna be interesting. Who you think will be surprised in returns for men's and women's rumbles? I feel like they're gonna use the women's rumble. I think we could potentially see Paige. I think Paige is one of them. Bianca is gonna be another return. Maybe they have some legends. Maybe Lita, Trish Stratus. I think those are just some that I'm thinking. Those are just some of the ones that I'm thinking right now that they could end up being. But for the men, I really don't know. I mean, Chad Gable, you could probably say Chad Gable and then Dominic and everything like. Even though I wouldn't see a surprise return, but it's a return nonetheless. I got Liv and Braun Breaker winning. Yeah, those are my picks to win the Rumble this year, in my personal opinion. Because I was thinking it was gonna be Liv and Roman, but I think after what happened this week with Braun Breaker getting suspended, I think that's gonna rule him out for maybe the next week or two, and then he comes back at the Royal Rumble and he pretty much just dominates everybody and then ends up winning. Because I think they're going to set up Braun Breaker and CM Punk. Women's Power Ranger Rumble, facts. They're going to be doing that. And I think even some of the women even went on record saying, like, it's been difficult having to go to Saudi in the sense of everything. But we'll see. You know what? I want Becky to win the Rumble. I mean, it's possible, David. I mean, she is one of the top stars. But do you think they will really have another person win their second Rumble after we had Charlotte win last year? I feel like they're kind of taking a break from that. If you ask me, I hope Cody versus Roman. I think they're gonna do Cody versus Roman, And that honestly could be a non-title feud. Because imagine if Cody's being how Shawn Michaels. If you guys remember, Shawn Michaels in 2010, he was very desperate to win the Royal Rumble to face none other than Undertaker that year to at WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight Championship. And what happened? He lost the Royal Rumble match. He became more desperate and everything like that. And then what happened? He ended up going to the chamber and costing none other than Undertaker the World Heavyweight Championship and allowing Chris Jericho to pick up the win there, setting off their feud, which was career versus streak. They could do something along the lines of that where Cody becomes more desperate. He maybe gets eliminated by Roman and he comes back in and eliminates Roman from the Rumble itself, setting up their match at WrestleMania. Because you can honestly do that. The title does not need to be involved for that match to happen. I honestly feel it, and I feel like now that Drew is champion, you have an opportunity for it to be more open for more people to earn a spot. I think that's what I would honestly want to see them do. That's kind of what I'm thinking. That's probably what they should do. They should do something like that. So when do you have Cody turn heel? Because it can't have. I think what you do is you start the teases at the Royal Rumble, right? Maybe you have a situation where Cody gets eliminated by Roman, right? Roman eliminates Cody, and that pretty much what you do there is you have pretty much Cody become more desperate. He goes back in and eliminates Roman, and maybe you could do this in the Elimination Chamber as well, where maybe both of those guys cancel each other out, leading to their match at WrestleMania. That's what honestly what I think they should be doing. That's what they should be doing. That's what they should do. If you ask me, that's what they should do. That's honestly what I feel like they should be doing. But then again, we never know what could end up happening here because they can go a plethora of different ways and everything like that. That's my only thing with that. I think Strowman will make a one-time appearance at Rumble. I could see them doing that. Yeah, agree. Can we do a quick moment of silence in honor of birthday? Yeah, facts. We can do a moment of silence. Okay. So now, no, I don't think Braun is going to win because can still fight Punk and Mania for the World Championship. I mean, you still have the Eliminated Chamber, so yeah, there's still that possibility. But I feel like having Braun win would be an interesting narrative because it is a new star. It could be a new star. So I think at the very least that'd be very welcoming. I think it'd be very welcoming if you ask me. A very welcoming addition as far as like where Rumble, it can go a plethora of different ways if you ask me. But that's just kind of what I'm thinking that they could do if you're really trying to put over Braun Breaker. I hope to God no Ronda and Rumble. No, I don't think Ronda's gonna be there. And we don't know who attacked Fatu, so you could still use that to turn Cody heel exactly. Because for all I know, if they really wanted to, what I don't know, I know WWE doesn't really tend to do multi-man matches, but what if you were able to do a fatal four-way for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania? What if they did something like Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton, right? Versus Cody Rhodes versus Jacob Fatu. You can do that. Why wouldn't you do that? I think that match would be very interesting because I don't remember the last time we seen like a WWE Championship being defended in a fatal four. I think what was it? WrestleMania 2000. WrestleMania 2000. I think was the last time I can remember they did like a triple threat for the WWE Championship. Dude, imagine if Jake Paul is in the Rumble, if healed and he eliminates his brother Logan Paul. You already know that's something I can see WWE doing themselves. I honestly think if they're gonna have like a celebrity in there, I feel like ISO Speed will be in there. I think Speed's gonna be in the Rumble match. That's my early prediction. And I feel like maybe what you could do is you could potentially lead into a match. Maybe it is Logan Paul versus I Show Speed at WrestleMania. Because we did see that documentary where he was training with Randy Orton and everything like that. So there is a possibility that they could lean into that. Because if you want me to be honest, I Show Speed is one of the most athletic, not in just WWE, but in not in just sports, but just in general, he's one of the most athletic that I've come across. And I think putting him in a potential WrestleMania match, and if he's willing to train, I can see them doing that. I could see him being like that next big crossover. And I feel like with the the community that he's built, I think he can honestly be like one of the biggest crossovers in general. And oh, and the triple threat with Edge, Daniel Bryan, Roman. Yeah, okay. WrestleMania 37. So we haven't really seen that since 2021. So it's been what 5 years. So why not? Why not? Why wouldn't they do something like that? But we're gonna get into the reaction, you guys. This is pretty much um the Royal Rumble being booked. I shall speed again. Nah, let Jake Paul fight Logan. I mean, they could do brother versus brother, but I think Logan made it very clear that he wants to be either a manager for Logan or potentially be a tag team. And if they really wanted to do that, you could do. If they were like, if Logan Paul wasn't in the vision, then you can do that. But I feel like with him being in the vision, I feel like they might do Logan Paul and Austin Theory as a tag team going into WrestleMania. But we're gonna get into this. Like I said, this is from Ultra 2K guy. Shout out to you. I'll probably leave his link in the description and everything like that. But like I said, you guys, we are gonna get into it. Without further ado, but let's get into it, you guys. So I'm gonna leave his link in the description. So if you guys want to go check him out and everything, we'll definitely do that. But we're gonna get into it right now, you guys.
Kick off the show in style with the women's. We're at the Royal Rumble. We kick off the show in style with the women's Royal Rumble match. Io Sky is the
They got Io already being like the first intro. I feel like she's gonna be what? I feel like she's gonna be um another Iron Woman potentially. Oh my gosh, bro! They got Rhea Ripley coming out at number two. They got Rhea Ripley coming out at number two. Chat. Do y'all think? Okay, I know I'm not trying to pause too much, but what do you guys think? Do you guys think this would be an interesting first two to come out at the Royal Rumble? Do you guys think they should do that, or do you guys think it'll be somebody else? Hot take: Logan Paul is too good to not win the World Heavyweight Championship. I agree. I feel like he's gonna win the World Championship eventually. I feel like he could be a dark horse to potentially win Money in the Bank this year if you want my personal opinion on that. But this is shocking. They got literally Rhea Ripley at number two and Io Sky at number one. That is gonna be very, very interesting, chat. Very interesting. Very interesting. I don't think they would do that. Wait, what? I Show Speed versus and Logan and Jake Paul versus Austin and Logan. I mean, yeah, that's possible. Tag team titles. I mean, but you still have the Usos. So what? I feel like they're gonna probably do Usos and Lucha Brothers if they can bring back Ray over to Raw. You can do that, and then maybe you end up adding who is it? Maybe who else could you add? Because I feel like they could end up bringing um the New Day into this. You could probably bring the Hardy Boys over from TNA for like a one-off. I can see them doing that.
both of the women's tag team champions just their galaxies for each other. They know what they must do as they start to slug it out with one another. They're holding nothing back. However, eventually, Rhea staggers Io as she looks for a headbutt, which gets blocked as Marmy staggers on the ropes. But she elbows back and runs off the ropes, only getting her a German suplex for her troubles, which she responds to with a boot. Then she deadlifts her up and looks for the early elimination, which doesn't work, as Io springboard drop kicks her way back into the match. And she looks for it again, only for this time to be caught into a powerbomb position, though she fights out of it with all her might. And it's now her turn to run off the ropes and be subsequently dropped right back down. And Io just desperately crawls up into the corner as Rhea misses a second big boot, allowing for Io to hoist her up to the top rope, and with a big punch to the face, the Genius of the Sky nails a picture-perfect Spanish fly onto Marmy just as number 3 makes her return.
Oh! Bianca at number 3? What y'all think about that, chat? Bianca at number 3. Sometime in 2026, Rhea will return on Io like Batista turned on Ray after they. I could see them doing that, unless they want to do a shock and have Io turn on Rhea. Because I'm trying to figure out would WWE actually have Rhea turn back as a heel, considering like she is one of the most popular faces right now in the WWE. So that's my thing. Would they actually do that? EST. What y'all think about that? Speaking of that, chat, what do y'all think about her being the number 3 entrant? That's an interesting three, bro. That's an interesting three. That is an interesting three because if you're playing off what happened at WrestleMania 30, I say 39. I was about to say 39. WrestleMania 41, you could use that. Bianca too early for Bianca. Yeah, I feel like if she's gonna come back, she's gonna probably return later in the Rumble. I can see her come back at like maybe a 25 or something. I can see her come back at like a 25 more than likely. Because they usually tend to put like the bigger names like in that second, well, not really like that final stretch of the Royal Rumble, right? Where they have like from 20 to 30. I feel like that's where they really gonna be, jogging like and throwing everything at the wall at that point. Like literally gonna be giving you some returns, bigger names in the company. I think that's what they're gonna be using that for because usually if you look at the Rumble how it's structured, they usually tend to have like the Iron Man, Iron Woman, or whatever, the people that might go the distance. Then they have like that third who's might be on the lower card of the totem pole, and then it's like that first half is like the mid carders and stuff like that. She already won from 3 in 2021. L Boogie 23, Brown 15. Is that true? Is that true, chat? She won from number 3 in 2021. But then again, WWE is anything is possible. I need to check that out. Did she win from the third spot? I need to look this up. I'm doing this live, chat. Wait, Royal Rumble 2000. I'll probably end up if you. I'm also recording this as well, so I might have to cut that part out. Wow, Bianca at number 3. Bianca's going to be like a number 26, so let Bianca have a little break. What's good, Leo? Raw was crazy yesterday, huh? Yeah, it was a decent episode if you ask me. I don't think it was off or anything. I feel like there were some things that could have been done better. Let me see. Royal Rumble insurance order. Let me see here. Let me check. Let's see. Wow, she was number 3. Because you have Bailey and Naomi start, and then Bianca came in at number 3. Wow, chat. Hey, y'all cooking. Y'all cooking. I wouldn't have thought about that. I didn't think about that, chat. I didn't even think about that. But hey, let's get back into it. I want to see who else they got coming in. And the reason why it's kind of muted, I will be playing sound, but I don't want to play the music because I can get copyrighted.
That's when she gets into the ring. She immediately whips
She gotta stop using that braid.
Who crawls around in agony. However,
I will say that, chat. She can't be using that braid, bro. That braid has got to be used some type of weapon at this point.
She's able to wiggle her way out of a KOD attempt, though her uppercut gets blocked as Io gets speared down. And as this happens, Rhea Ripley gets back up. It's another stare down between megastars. However, they can't come to blows just yet, as Io dropkicks only Rhea Ripley, as Bianca evades the dive and quickly chucks her into the corner, doing the same to Rhea, as with both of them put together, Bianca decides to prove why she is still the EST of WWE. Putting both women on her shoulders, marches around them all, as she connects a double inverted KOD. Everyone is amazed as Bianca Belair merely stares at the ramp awaiting entrance number 4.
Wait, number 4? Wow. Liv Morgan at number 4. Liv Morgan at number 4, chat. What y'all think about that?
And banners are the Kingdom Come.
I don't know. Liv Morgan usually does tend to come out early in the Rumble. Someone needs to cut the braid. Nah, facts. I feel like she's gonna be. They gonna do something. Somebody gonna go to that level where they end up cutting her hair. Facts. Liv was going through it when she got hit by. Yeah, bro. Liv Morgan was getting tortured in there, bro. But she was holding her own at the same time, bro. But she ended up. If you was watching or just went live, for the people that did go live, bro, it sounded like a gunshot went off. It sounded like it was echoing. Heavy hitters to begin. I could see them doing that for some reason though, Alex. They might want to change the narrative here.
That is, until after a plethora of strikes, she leads on the ropes.
Not gonna lie, it's too late for from Liv to come out of the Rumble. Like, what you mean, David? And what do you mean like it's too late? Do you feel like she's come out? You're saying she should come out later? I thought Becky was going to cut it off a few years back. Nah, facts. Liv is awesome. Yeet, yeet. But what y'all think, chat? What do y'all thinking, chat?
As Liv then looks for an oblivion. However, Bianca catches her mid-move. Although, before she can do anything, Liv lights her up with elbows until she escapes her grasp. And then she drops the EST with a code breaker as she picks her up and looks for the elimination. But Bianca just hangs on in there, getting back into the ring for her just to get Insecurity back down. Then Liv gets an idea, going to the outside, looking under the ring to find a steel chair. Weapons are in fact legal in the Royal Rumble, and Liv uses this to her advantage, as once Bianca gets up, she drops out her steel chair shot before going to the outside and delivering a shot to Rhea Ripley alongside Io Sky as well.
That's something else I haven't noticed anybody do, chat.
Entry number 5.
Who's number 5? Oh, Lord. Brother. Here's what I think of Becky. When I just seen that.
You need to leave.
Do I need to play it again?
You need to leave.
Yeah. I mean, like, she has to be like number 10 or something. Yeah, I think she'll be like number 10, because what? She was number 2 last year, right? She was number 2. She was number 2 in the she's been number 2 in the 2025 Rumble, the 2023 Rumble. She was number 30 in the 2024 Rumble. I want to see 2021. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Liv Morgan was 13. I'm looking at it right now, chat. And 2022. Let me look at 2022. I want to see this real quick. Which entry did she come in? Because I know number 2021 she came in like early, I think, if I'm not mistaken. She came in number 6 at the 2022 Women's Rumble. God, nah, not her. God save us. Leo was Mr. Nikki Bella. Absolutely not. Liv is cooking all these women. Facts. She cooking a lot of these women. Do you guys see something like that happening where she comes in at the Rumble this year potentially and she uses the chair to her advantage? Could they do that? I would have Liv come out at 3 and she breaks the record for the time in Rumble when she wins it, and the last 4 she should be the people that she was runner up to. I honestly think the final 4, Eddie, you can let me know how you guys feel about this in the chat. But how do you guys think about this for the final 4 of the 2026 Women's Rumble? The final 4, in my personal opinion, should be Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, and Charlotte. What do y'all think about that as a final 4? What y'all think about that? I could see her using a bat. She does have the bat. I don't know why she doesn't use it. She has it in the clubhouse from everything I've seen. So she could use it. I don't know why she's not using it. But she could. She honestly could, if you want me to be honest with you. And now we got Nikki Bella out here.
Liv with a forearm, subsequently knocking the chair out of her hand. But Liv pushes back, running off the ropes and getting spine-busted down for her efforts. As she picks her up and puts her on a...
You said that's a good final 4? If that's not bad, I would include an NXT star. They could. It just depends on who would you go with. Who would you go with? I mean, maybe Soruka. Maybe Soruka potentially, right? Liv is 11 out of 10. Spicy Liv. Sup, Katie? What's good, Katie? Hope you're having an amazing Tuesday so far. I hope all of you are having an amazing Tuesday so far. Grace? Jordan Grace is not on the isn't NXT anymore, though, Eddie. She recently just got called up to SmackDown. on the last episode she got called up to SmackDown. So I don't. So you could use her in there, but I just don't think they would do it. Imagine if Nikki Bella instantly gets eliminated and breaks the record for the shortest female time in the Rumble. I think that goes to Lana. I think. Let me look that up, chat. I really need to see. We're going through this live, you guys, but I'm literally trying to learn Rumble facts as I go. Um, who lasted the shortest time in the women's Royal Rumble? Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green has lasted the least. I am thanks. I really don't know which NXT female will be in the final because that means they will get a big. I mean, if it's anybody, I think it's gonna be Soruka. If anybody's gonna be in a final four, it's gonna be Soruka. But to answer your question, who was in the final four? Not the final four. Oh, David, let me look at your chat real quick. The top four are going to be AJ Lee, Liv Morgan, Becky, and Rhea. That's my top four. That is an interesting final four. If they really could do what they did with CM Punk a couple years ago, if you really wanted to, if you guys remember, in the 2014 Rumble, what did they do? They ended up having, what was it? I think Punk made a really big splash there, and pretty much came back and costed him. I can see if AJ cost Becky the match, Becky comes back and costs AJ Lee the match. When does Zarya turn on Soruka? Probably in the lead up to Stand Deliver. When is Naomi supposed to return? I think Naomi is not going to be returning until maybe Money in the Bank at the earliest, which is going to be in September this year. So it's going to be a really long time. It's going to be a really long time. But I feel like either she's going to come back a Money in the Bank, or they might even hold it off until next year's Rumble. And I can see her winning the 2027 Women's Rumble, and then she goes after the Women's Championship there. But the question that was asked, who lasted the shortest in the Royal Rumble, is Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green lasted 5 seconds in the Royal Rumble, and that was for 2023. That's the earliest. And I think the second place was Liv for a while, who lasted 9 seconds. Yeah, I think Naomi wins 2027. Oh, Money in the Bank, is that late? Yeah, because I don't know, whatever reason they're having Money in the Bank be after SummerSlam, because I think the thing is they want Money in the Bank to be like that big thing that's going into Survivor Series and everything like that. So I think that's kind of just how they're booking it, and their how they want to go about things. I mean, it's kind of very, I don't know if I'm the only one, chat, that feels like Money in the Bank has always been like a summer pay-per-view outside of like WrestleMania. Who has the longest time? Katie, you're asking who has the longest time in the Women's Royal Rumble history? I think it's Roxanne. Who lasted the longest in the women's? Okay, let's see. Let's see here, chat. So I don't know if they're going by the year. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it is Roxanne. Yeah, Roxanne last year, because I think before that it was Roxanne, then before that it was Bailey, and then both Liv and Rhea were tied. So if you're saying, if you want Liv Morgan to break that record, if you want her to break that record, she's going to have to last an hour and 7 minutes. And that's possible because, WWE, they might try to make that its own thing. Oh, Nikki, break that record so people can be torched by you, Nikki, LOL. War Games cash in? Yeah, that's possible. We teased it in 2023 with Damian, so we could see that. Do you guys think at some point in time we're going to see the first ever women's failed cash in? Because everybody that's been a woman that's won Money in the Bank has cashed in successfully. So do you think this year will be like the first year where somebody cashes in unsuccessfully? What do you guys think, chat? No, you don't think? Do you think they'll make that its own thing? I think Money in the Bank is good for later this year. Just imagine during the War Games match. Yeah, because if you think you they're trying to focus on King and Queen of the Ring, right? And you're building using that to build to SummerSlam. So Money in the Bank will be like its own thing. That's my thing. But who will fail? Who will win to fail? I don't know. It just depends on who's in the Money in the Bank this year, I think. M- I'm not going to say Chelsea Green because I actually do think. I feel like that can play into her character, though. Do y'all think Chelsea would be the first to cash in unsuccessfully because of her character? I feel like with her character, I feel like it makes sense. Eventually, a woman's cash in will fail. Yeah, I agree. I would love to see Sol Ruka turn on Zarya because Zarya lost all her titles. That's very interesting. Because I think a lot of people on paper think Zarya's going to turn on Sol Ruka. And a lot of people are making a comparison. This is like Liv and Rhea 2.0, where Rhea is like Rhea. No, Liv is like Sol Ruka here, and Zarya is like the Rhea. What if they change roles where it looks like Zarya can be the one to turn, but Sol Ruka is the shocking one to turn? But I think she's just too lovable as a babyface. But I've been proven time and time again, some of the biggest babyfaces make for some of the best heels. Chelsea Green, LOL. I mean, Chelsea Green could win it. I mean, it fits her character to like fail, in my personal opinion. I mean, her winning, I think, would get a lot of people talking. Money in the Bank is going to be Dom. Women's Money in the Bank is going to be Roxanne. I think, and Roxanne will not get the cash in and will lose because she cashed in. I could see them giving it to Roxanne. I thought she was gonna win last year, honestly, as a dark horse. But let's get back into it, you guys.
Shoulders delivering a thunderous AA, which she calls the Fearless Adjustment. And she taunts away at the crowd. That is until Bianca sneaks up on her and yanks her off the ropes. And after countering each other's strikes, Bianca looks for a spear, getting countered into a DDT. Then she looks for the elimination of Bianca, who just shoves her back, which gets her a forearm for her troubles. And with the clock counting down, Nikki Bella awaits entry number 6.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
Oh, nah, they got Soruka in here too. Not so. Why I say Soruka? We're talking about Soruka. I mean Lola Vice. Sorry, bro. I'm gonna tell you this, that chat, and you guys let me know. Do you guys think this will probably get one of the biggest boos of the night if they have? Now follow me, chat. Like follow me, chat. That depends if Dominic returns. No, I feel like they say his injury is not as bad as they think, so he'll probably return within the next 2-3 weeks. So he'll probably come back at the Rumble. But like, follow me along, chat. What do y'all think is this? Do you guys think this is gonna get a lot of people hating on Nikki? If Nikki Bella is the one to eliminate Bianca, what y'all think, chat? If if Nikki Bella eliminates Bianca, do you think that's gonna get one of the biggest boos of the night? If they have Nikki eliminate Bianca, because Bianca is a favorite in a lot of people's eyes. Yeah, that's good heat for her. If she eliminates Bianca, she's gonna get a lot of heat for that. The fans are gonna be irate. Saudis are racist. They hate. Just being honest. Why are you using AA? I know that's but that I see, David. You were following. I was trying to see if anybody was gonna catch that. I was trying to see if anybody was gonna catch that. She ended up hitting the AA on Liv, and calling it the what was it? The Fearless AA. What? The Fearless Adjustment? What are we talking about? Absolutely not. Yeah, like you do have a point with how the Saudis are. I haven't really been a Saudi, so I don't really know how they operate or anything like that. But like, I've heard it being said many times that they do tend to come off like that. If Nikki eliminates Bianca, does that mean she wins Chamber to face Jade? Absolutely. I honestly feel like Bianca's gonna win the Chamber. Apparently, we're not getting Cody versus Roman. Then I guess my thing is, if we're not going to do Cody versus Roman, then what are we going to do with Roman? Are we going to have Roman win the Rumble and challenge Drew? Because that is a potential big money in the match, and there's history there. But we also, if we really wanted to, we can do Roman and CM Punk, because that is a really big money match, and that's a dream match for many, if you ask me.
Wipe her out with a spinning back fist. Nikki is out. And Lola knows it, picking her up and throwing it to the outside.
Oh!
Nikki Bella is the first woman eliminated. And
y'all caught that, chat? Nikki Bella's the first one out, chat. Lola Vice eliminated Nikki. I know a lot of people are happy about that. I know a lot of people are happy about that in the chat. I know people are happy about that in the chat.
Rhea is looking for Lola to be the second, which doesn't work, as Lola fires off shots on Marmy until she collapses on the ropes. And Lola
Leo, didn't Saudi have the greatest Royal Rumble that Braun Strowman won? Yeah, in 2018.
clotheslines are over, but Rhea just manages to hang on, getting back into the match, looking for a headbutt, which gets blocked by an uppercut as Lola kicks her over and over until wiping her out in one roundhouse style.
Roman is going to win the Rumble and will fight Punk for the World Championship. I honestly think they could set that up, but then it's like, what does it mean for Braun Breaker? What does Braun Breaker do at WrestleMania then? Unless you're going to do Braun Breaker and Brock potentially. But then it's like, yeah, I think a lot of people are happy about the Nikki Bella elimination. But then it's like, Braun Breaker's got to do something big. But could they do Braun Breaker and Obafemi? Could they do Braun Breaker and Obafemi? What do y'all think about that? Braun Breaker, Obafemi, and you could do Gunther Brock. But then again, what does AJ do? Could they have AJ be doing something else? Maybe do AJ and Finn potentially, right? Or having both of them be part of the IC title. I think Nikki will eliminate a few faces from Rumble. I think they will. I think she will. I think the biggest one is probably going to be Bianca. I think I know that's going to get a lot of hate or whatever, but I think I can see somebody doing that. They did that with was it Nia last year? Why not have Nikki Bella eliminate Bianca? That's going to get her a lot of heat. Because I think what you're going to do with her is potentially set her up to go after the tag team titles. They're going to go after the tag team titles at Mania. I'm calling it now, chat. They're going to bring back the Bella Twins, and they're going after the women's tag team championships going into WrestleMania this year. I don't like that. Oba and Braun, how will they cross paths? I mean, it's already being speculated that Obafemi is going to be going to Raw. So if you do, you can easily set that up potentially by in the Rumble or something. No, AJ will fight Finn at Mania. Yeah, I was thinking they could do this later in the year and maybe have Finn be like the final opponent for AJ, considering like their history. But I could see them doing AJ and Finn at WrestleMania because I feel like those two can actually go in the ring. But then it's like, are you going to still do Finn and Dom, or will they pivot and do somebody else? I know it's being speculated they could do Rey Mysterio and Dom one more time. Could you do that, chat? Or could they go with somebody else? But when will... Brock is returning in the Rumble, Katie. I'm calling it now. Brock is returning in that Rumble match. He's going to be in that Rumble match. And I feel like either we're going to see... Yeah, he's on WrestleMania promo, so he's going to be at WrestleMania, so I feel like he's going to be in the chamber. Or not the chamber, but the Rumble. And maybe even Elimination Chamber as well.
Vote Io Sky is back up as she goes to the top rope and looks for a drop kick. Yet Lola moves out of harm's way as once Io gets up, she gets a knee lift to the gut and axe kick to the head down. And Lola looks to take advantage of this, but before she can, the already eliminated Nikki Bella re-enters the ring and smashes her with a chair. And she's nowhere near done, hitting a Rack Attack 2.0 onto her before grabbing the chair once more as she hits Io, Bianca twice, and Liv with it as well before finally leaving. And as she does, number 7 looks to...
Who's number 7, chat? Oh, Chelsea Green at number 7. I can see her coming out at number 7, chat. I can see her coming out at number 7.
Oh, the match.
Oh, Lola's gone.
Celebrate, swiftly grabbing Bianca Belair and throwing her over the top rope before doing the same to Rhea Ripley and, of course, Io Sky. However, they all hang on in there, which Miss Green doesn't realise until it's too late. As the big three corner her, and Rhea kicks off the ambush on Chelsea, headbutting her down, as Bianca then picks her up and KODs her down. And to top that all off, Io Sky nails the moonsault to the former Women's United States Champion. And with that, Rhea ends the festivities by dumping Chelsea Green out of the match.
Who are we talking about? Oba eliminates Brock. Yeah, I see that happening. I think Oba and Brock face off. Yes. Oh, yeah, Ray is going to fight Dom. And you know why? At Raw, He said he is going to fight Dom for the Intercontinental Championship. Brock gonna be throwing people out, then over for music hits. Yes, that's what I think they're gonna do.
Yet before Rhea can celebrate for too long, Bianca attempts to eliminate her, but before she can, Io Sky aids her tag team partner. All the while, Chelsea Green gets to greet entrant number 8.
Who's number? Oh, Julia. Julia at number 8. The Women's United States Champion coming out at number 8. So,
But she went through the middle rope, so Julia
for a second I
follows
thought.
and hurls her into a barricade. Yet before she can capitalize, Liv Morgan grabs her and hurls her into the announcer's table. Then after planting her face first into it, the beautiful Madness quickly fights back, hitting forearm after forearm until Liv crumbles. And from here, Julia goes back into the ring and leapfrogs over a Bianca Belair spear as she stuns her onto the ropes. Though Bianca dodges the knee and sends her through the middle ropes. But then Io takes the EST down with a dragon suplex. However, Julia is back up and chokes out her triangle choke on the ropes. But after letting go, she goes in the ring and beats it down in time for entrant number 9.
Alba Fire, bro. Alba Fire, I don't think she's gonna last that long. I feel like she might have the shortest time in the match. Bro, Chelsea Green did this last Royal Rumble and she got beat up by everyone. I forgot they did that, David. I forgot they usually tend to do that a lot of times, though, right?
Going towards the ring. And with her officially in the Rumble, she avoids a headbutt and slaughters Julia with seemingly endless strikes. Though eventually, they do end, as Alba Fire takes down the Women's United States Champion with a back suplex. Then she focuses in on Rhea Ripley, who after getting back into the ring, gets hit with a headbutt to the gut as the strikes then overwhelm her too, as she even collapses in the corner, getting chopped twice, before eventually crumbling through a ton of kicks. But before she can capitalize, Bianca Belair sneaks up on her and tries to eliminate Alba Fire early, which doesn't work, as she gets back into the ring and super kicks Bianca Belair down. All the while, Chelsea Green's night still isn't over with just quite yet.
And Soruka coming out at what? I think this is 10?
Soruka is back on the main roster, and after dropping Chelsea Green with another super kick, she heads
They need to change her gimmick back to her old gimmick.
Double 450 clothesline to
They
Alba
should,
Fire
but I don't think they
and
will.
Liv Morgan, and she quickly follows this up with a soul snatcher to Alba Fire, as with both her and Liv Morgan rolling to the outside, Soruka comes into contact with Io Sky. A dream match for many, as with both women
They're both
going at
athletic,
one another, Io looks for a kick, which gets held in place, so she stuns Sol with her other leg as she leans onto the ropes. However, Sol elbows back, springboard crossbodying the Genius of the Sky down, but as she goes up top, Io meets her up there as she hurricanes her down. Then she goes up to the heavens for a moonsault, which misses as Sol hits a delayed fancy hurricane onto Io Sky, who kicks up and rolls through, double foot stomping her into the process. But Sol literally kicks back as she goes for another Soul Snatcher, which gets beautifully turned into a Dragon Suplex as Io tries to eliminate her. But Sol gets a knee up and springboard clotheslines herself back into the match, and it's now she who looks to eliminate Io. And whilst Rhea can actively help, she decides not to, as she instead tries to eliminate Bianca Belair. However, both eliminations fail by the time number 11 enters the match.
Number 11? Bailey at number 11. Okay. I could see her coming out at number 11. What y'all think, chat?
Green and throwing a closer to the ramp so her night could thankfully end. She then goes towards the ring, but she then gets cut off by Liv Morgan. Though the role model naturally fights back.
Don't have her in the 2027 Rumble?
Before finally being able to enter the ring, which is where Julia lays dormant as Bailey hangs her on the ropes, goes to the top rope and takes her down with a crossbody. But then she comes into contact with two of her prior opponents and rivals as she puts their heads together and swings at both Io Sky and Soruka, and they're both rocked, Io even being on the ropes. But Bailey almost gets
Oh, I
away
thought Bayley was
herself,
goner.
though she hangs on, fending off both Sol Ruka and Io Sky until Bianca German suplexes Io. All the while, Bayley gets back into the ring and takes down Sol as well. Then the two former bitter rivals stare off of one another, but before they come to blows, entrant number 12 simply adds to the already complicated equation.
Number 12. Oh, Alexa Bliss at number 12. Yeah, that's gonna be a very interesting one. I am 6. Oh my
When all three
gosh.
come to blows, Liv Morgan quickly ruins things by attacking Bayley, which leaves Bianca and Little Miss Bliss to do battle. And Bianca manages to avoid elimination as the two trade counters until a forearm leaves her hanging, but she turns it around and almost eliminates Bliss from the matchup, though it's now her turn to hang on in there. And whilst all this is happening, on the outside, we see Alba Fire and Julia duking it out like there's no tomorrow. However, eventually, Alba misses a crucial kick as she gets nailed with a Northern Lights bomb on the announcer's table. As with Julia putting her into the ring, she also takes her out of it. Alba Fire is gone, and Julia almost joins her, though she hangs on in there, at least by the time number 13 comes on out.
Number 13. Natty Natalia coming out at number 13.
And she doesn't mess around, catching Bayley in an immediate
I acknowledge you, Leah. Hey, appreciate that. We the ones over here. You know what I mean? We the ones over here.
sharpshooter. Though then Liv Morgan tries to go for an Oblivion, which gets turned into a German suplex, as Natalia then catches Solruk out of midair with a scoop slam, quickly going over to her prone body to put a sharpshooter on her as well. And she won't let go. That is until she grabs Bianca Belair and swiftly puts in one on her too. Though this one is stopped by Alexa Bliss, who looks for the elimination, failing to get it, as Natalia pushes back Bliss as she gets put down with a natty by nature. And with her avoiding a headbutt, the same fate happens to Julia. But then, Natalia realizes she's outnumbered. It's her against Rio, although thankfully for her, some assistance does indeed arrive.
Who's next? Who's this?
Mickey James is
Oh, Mickey James. I was about to say they could have used a different model. Leo was hosting Mania this year. Hey, if they really wanted me to, I would.
overwhelming the opposition, so much so that Mickey
I honestly think Mickey James might even make an appearance here.
Which
I
Rhea
think.
Ripley. And naturally, she has the exact same move at Io Sky too. Natalia and Mickey James are on top, only for so long, as Mickey James betrays Natalia and eliminates her.
Natty is
There are
gone.
no friends in the Royal Rumble. and
Mickey just
entrant number
eliminated-
15
Mickey just
knows that
eliminated
all
Natty.
too well.
Number 15. Uh-oh. Asuka, the Empress of Tomorrow, former tag team champion, former Royal Rumble winner in her own right. First Royal Rumble winner at that.
Break the ice, which goes horribly wrong for her, as the Empress of Tomorrow takes down the legend with an Empress combination. And to make sure she's out cold, Asuka locks in an Asuka lock on her. And with nowhere for her to go, Mickey James passes out. As with Asuka letting go of the hold, she picks her up and tosses her out of the match.
And now
Putting her
Mickey's
back into
gone.
the ring and almost eliminating her. Keyword being almost.
Do you think Liv's going to betray the Judgment Day at Raw after Mania? Here's what I think, David. Was good 2001 Hurricane Ghost. Appreciate you for stopping through. What I think is going to happen, David, is I honestly think what's going to happen is they could set it up as early as the Rumble as a potential betrayal happening. But what I do think they're going to do is either they're going to have maybe Raquel be part of this and they might do like a triple threat where it's like Raquel, Liv, and Stephanie for the Women's World Championship, or they might just do Stephanie and Liv straight up one-on-one. Liv wins it. I honestly think if anything's going to happen, I can see the Judgment Day turning on Liv the night after WrestleMania. Not Liv turning on them. I think the Judgment Day will turn on Liv because you got to think they might want to keep the Judgment Day, have a different iteration of it. I feel like they're going to want to keep it going. keep it continuing, considering it's like one of the longest tenured like factions right now. I think they want to continue that, and it continues the evolution of the Judgment Day with more members over time. They already want Liv to be a babyface, right? WWE has made it very clear to themselves they want Liv to be positioned as a babyface. So if they're gonna do that, you have to have them do that. I am so sick of Asuka spraying that mist, but yeah, I feel like she's gonna use that on somebody. Could I see Asuka using that on somebody like a Rhea, maybe an Io, maybe a Bianca once again? I could see her using it on one of those type of names for some reason. Do you think Liv is going? I already answered that one. My bad. My bad.
As Io gets back into the ring and immediately gets poison misted for her troubles, and Asuka enjoys her agony, so much so that she goes over to Rhea Ripley and similarly puts her into the ring and looks for the elimination. But there's no poison mist to be had on Rhea, who's able to fight back and knock Asuka down in time for number 16.
Number 16? Uh-oh, Charlotte at number 16, chat. Number 16, chat.
Well, she first has to get through Rhea Ripley.
But what will happen to Dom? Because Dominic loves Liv. Unless they're going to keep them as a babyface pairing, David. Unless that's what they want to do. Keep them as a babyface pairing. Or maybe Dom just goes on his own. And Liv just goes... Well, you can keep them as a pairing, right? You can keep them as a pairing. I think she tries, but then will spray into Kairi Sane. And then Asuka and Kairi Sane get double and they eliminated. Alex, you're cooking, man. You're cooking. You're cooking with that one. 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 You're cooking. You're cooking.
Chest with her. However, the altercation gets interrupted as Asuka grabs Rhea and throws her into the corner as Julia does the same with Charlotte Flair. And Julia looks for a knee, which gets countered by the Queen, who delivers 2 chops before being...
But to answer your question, Dave, if they do decide to have them be like a pairing as a babyface, I would say get them away from Judgment Day. So if they end up doing like some type of transfer portal, maybe after WrestleMania or something like that, send them over to SmackDown. Why not have like a shift with the titles? Have the WWE Women's Championship come over to Raw and send the Women's World Championship over to SmackDown. It's meant to happen with her spraying that mist. Eventually, it's gonna go to the wrong direction. I mean, it happened in 2023. She did that to Rhea, but it ended up hitting Liv. So it's been times where it went the wrong way. But I do think I see what you're saying, Alex. I feel like I see what you're saying.
Not at all the same. But Julia's headbutt gets scouted as Charlotte boots her down as she crawls up the ropes. Charlotte's looking for the elimination, but she gets stopped by noticing her tag team partner in trouble as she aids Alexa Bliss against Sol Ruka and Bayley as their combined force is able to wipe the floor with the makeshift duo. And as this is happening, we see Rhea Ripley begin to dominate Asuka, and once she's done assaulting her, she quickly goes over and downs both Bianca Belair and Liv Morgan with roundhouse kicks and headbutts respectively. As now, all the women left standing are Rio and Charlexa. And after some showboating from all 4 women, the fight is on. And it's Rio who are able to get on top, at least in time, for number 17.
Number 17, Tiffany Stratton at number 17.
And she immediately comes into contact with Julia, hanging her off the top rope and nailing a nice springboard to temporarily take her out. As she's then put up against Rio, knocking their heads together and drop kicking them both down. Then she comes into contact with Charlotte Flair, who has some support with her as the two throw her up and down into their knees.
Nikki Bella, you're going one-on-one with The Undertaker. She done for. She is done. Tiffy time. Facts. Hey, I knew what you see. I heard what you said, Alex. I think it was a couple weeks ago. It said, see if I can find that Liv Morgan soundbite. I'm gonna probably do that like once I hop off stream later on in a little bit. But like, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna see if I can find that. If I can find it.
From here, the two just taking in turns to beat her up. That is until she hangs on the ropes, as Alexa Bliss looks for the elimination, almost resulting in a road, which does happen because of Charlotte Flair.
Oh,
She can't believe it, and neither can Tiffany Stratton.
Chad, this might actually happen though. I can see a situation where either Charlotte or Alexa are on the verge of being eliminated, one's teetering, and then maybe the other's going after one of the opponents who's standing in front of them, and then they move out the way and evade, knocking the other one out and eliminating them. I can see them doing that, chat. And I think if we're telling that story and narrative where Charlotte's going to be the babyface and we're seeing the downfall of Alexa, where Alexa's going to turn on Charlotte, because I think that's the direction they're going to go with. And I can see them setting that up here where Alexa starts to feel maybe they're right. Maybe I don't really have any friends anymore because she wasn't there for me when I competed for the US title, and now she's not there for me once again when it's the Royal Rumble and have an opportunity to go to WrestleMania. So she's gonna start to pick signs, and she's gonna start to see that maybe things are not as peaches and cream as it's supposed to be.
Who gets headbutted down as Julia surprises attacks Charlotte Flair and sends her out of the ring and all. It's a shocking quick night for the Queen, and the next entrance.
Yeah, they're gonna fight at Mania.
Is it looking for that to be the case?
Who's the next? Oh Lord.
Immediately makes an impact, taking down Julia with a big boot, and she's not done with her. Then a powerbomb again and all. But before she can dish out more damage to her, she has to catch Soruka's crossbody, planting her down with a big Samoan drop. And now it's Bayley's turn to try and stop the irresistible.
It's gonna be tough to eliminate Nia. It's gonna be tough. You're gonna have to have like some type of powerhouse to get her out of there, or you're gonna have to have everybody team up like they usually do in a Rumble match to eliminate her.
As she too gets dropped for her efforts, and Liv Morgan unbelievably tries to befriend her just like all times. Not anymore, as Nia puts her down too, but then Asuka sneaks up on her and applies an Asuka lock. Nia has nowhere to go, so she just powers out of the hold, and once she does, she takes down the Empress of Tomorrow all the same. And now, all that's left is the big three and Nia Jax herself. And Rhea immediately looks for a headbutt, which misses, as she gets bulldozed down, as Io Sky then gets elbowed in the face, as she gets put down as well. Then Bianca attempts to pick up Nia, which ultimately fails, as she gets taken down just in time for number 19 to take on Nia Jax all by herself.
Number 19. Tatum Paxley making an appearance in the Rumble. Nia's hungry. No bread, no water, just meat.
Gets hit in the face, which just pisses her off, as Nia looks for the early elimination, but unlike last time, she hangs on in there, going to the top rope as she looks for a crossbody, which gets caught by Nia Jax, although Tatum elbows her to get out of her grasp, and she fires in all cylinders, hitting shot after shot until she drapes her onto the ropes. Though Tatum misses the potential elimination, but she blocks Nia's next big move as she runs off the ropes and gets put straight back down with a humongous sidewalk slam. And this turns the tide of battle completely in Nia's favour, who drops over headbutt and chokes her out of her own boot. But thankfully, Tatum Paxley gets some much needed reinforcement.
Who is it? Lara Valkyria, the bird lady, and some people call her. I think she's gonna come in and have an interesting showing here. Dude, imagine Awesome Kong face to face with Nia Jax. If they were able to do it, they could.
With a Nightwing, then she picks her up and brings her towards the ropes, desperately trying to hold Nia over, and with some much needed assistance.
I think it's the way he edited David, but I feel like a lot of them didn't get eliminated just yet.
From Tatum Paxley, they managed to do it. Nia Jax is gone, and with them celebrating, Bayley isn't too pleased with her tag team partner with another partner, which leads to her snapping as she assaults Tatum Paxley, and Lyra Valkyria tries to separate them, ultimately failing to do so as Tatum and Bayley start to go at it, and Lyra gets distracted by entrant number 21.
Number 21? Roxanne. Roxanne at number 21. Yeah, Awesome Kong is retired. Alex, unfortunately, I think she retired. I think about a year or two ago.
Even though she gets overwhelmed, Liv Morgan is right there and is able to be the difference maker. As for two double suplex the Bird Lady before going over to Julia as the Prodigy double knees her down with Liv kicking her in the back. Then they lock in on Sol Ruka, barraging her with strikes until she eventually falls. Yet as she does, Asuka tries to take them both on. But the numbers game is just too strong for her to handle as she gets dropped by not one spinning heel kick, but two of them courtesy of Liv Morgan. As she goes over to Rhea Ripley and ensures she stays down, all the while Roxanne Perez does the exact same thing to Io Sky. As now, seemingly sworn enemies have to align to take on the Judgment Day. As Bayley alongside Tatum Paxley are struggling, as Bayley gets knocked down, all the while Tatum gets pushed onto the ropes. As with their united power, Roxanne Perez and Liv Morgan eliminate Tatum Paxley. And whilst Liv Morgan celebrates, Roxanne looks like she could eliminate her, but chooses not to. Not yet, anyways.
It's not over.
Oh boy, now they got Jordan Grace coming out. I think she's gonna be in the Rumble. She's gonna be a dominant force, I would say as well.
Lava adding a cheeky kick up to the equation before
Bro, what is Lyra doing? Nothing when her tag team partner's getting hurt. I don't know. Leo, get the tears of joy ready for the Liv win. I probably will see more likely to Europe if Liv Morgan wins the Royal Rumble in 2 weeks.
catching Liv Morgan's foot, bridging into a German suplex. As then she avoids a brainwave from a recovered Bianca Belair, who gets taken down with one hell of a lariat. Then she goes for the elimination, but then Julia comes out of nowhere and German suplexes her. Yet the Juggernaut kicks back, staggering the beautiful Madness long enough for her to connect a humongous vertebraker. But before she can take advantage, Lyra comes out of nowhere and attempts to eliminate her.
Okay, we should be back. We should be back, y'all. Chat. My alarm clock went off. If you guys can see, that's all that was. My alarm clock went off. But let's continue.
Which almost works. Keyword, of course, being almost. As Jordan Grace spinning back fists her way back into the match. Then Tiffany Stratton looks for a crossbody, which gets caught into a scoop slam. As the Juggernaut then deadlifts her up and puts her right back down with a big power slam. And from here, she catches Sol Ruka mid-flight and puts her right back down with a rolling Death Valley driver. Then Io re-emerges as she goes for a springboard dropkick, which gets cut into a thunderous powerbomb. But she then notices Rhea Ripley as the two stare off of one another until Mommy goes for a headbutt as the brawl is on, just in time for entrant number 23 to...
Number 23? Who's coming out number 23? Oh, JC Jane coming out number 23.
And she immediately makes an impact, nailing not one, but two discus elbows back to back onto a role model. And with her picking up the carcass, JC Jane hurls Bayley over the top rope.
Wow.
And she ropes
That's a big
wound,
elimination.
taunting away at her. That is, until Asuka German suplexes her down, quickly applying a variation of the Asuka lock onto the NXT Women's Champ.
Not trying to be me. Why does Jordan look like Nia Jax 2.0? Who Leo dance like JC? Absolutely not. I can't even do that. I'm not even gonna attempt to try to do that. I'm not even gonna attempt to do that. No. No. No, but no.
Champion. but she can't hold it in for long as JC fights her way out of the hold. With the
You talking about
Empress
Kalani
stunned,
Jordan,
JC
David?
discus big boots her down. Although before she can take advantage of this, Tiffany Stratton grabs her and hoists her into the corner. And following 2 chops, JC fights back, only leading to her forearm being caught as Tiffy starts to overwhelm her with strikes, until eventually she drapes her arm onto the ropes as Stratton looks for the elimination, almost resulting in her own demise. But thankfully, Tiffy fights back and gets back into the ring, being able to connect a float over Alabama Slam on the NXT Women's Champion. Then Miss Stratton follows us up with the prettiest moonsault ever. But before she can take advantage, number 24 takes her attention.
24. Lash Legend at number 24. You know her and pretty much her and Nia still in this. So they could do that.
Stratton, as she catches her mid-move and power bombs her down. And she follows this up by sending her into the corner and corner pump kicking her right back down. And to complete a trifecta, she connects a backpack facebuster onto the former WWE Women's Champion. As she then picks her up and sends her over the top rope, though she hangs on temporarily until ultimately succumbing to her wounds. Lash Legend has eliminated Tiffany Stratton, and she isn't stopping there, going right up to Rhea Ripley, and after a slight stare down, Mommy misses a headbutt as she gets overwhelmed by the far fresher Bougie Queen, who even forces Rhea into the corner before taking her down and choking her out with her own boot. But once she's done, Jordan Grace attempts to rolling Death Valley Driver Lash down, though this gets blocked by a trio of elbows as Jordan plummets down to the canvas via a chokeslam. But before she can take advantage of this, Lyra Valkyria attempts to grab her, which goes horribly wrong for her as she gets took down by the far bigger Lash Legend. Although it's a surprising duo who do manage to overwhelm her, them being Julia and Asuka, as she gets lit up by both women and she gets taken down by a double suplex just in time for number 25.
Oh, Lord. Oh, now they got Kairi Sane at number 25. Do y'all see her making an early appearance, or do you think they'll probably bring her out later in the match? I can see them bringing out her later in the match. Yeah.
Let's watch on as Kairi Sane unbelievably eliminates her own tag team partner. Asuka is out and Kairi is in.
Wait a minute, chat. Wait a minute, chat. She just eliminated her. Can y'all believe that, chat? Can y'all believe that? Kairi Sane just comes into the Royal Rumble and literally just automatically says, Asuka, get out. Oh my god, bro. Wow, chat. I did not think they were going to do that. I didn't think they were going to do that, chat, honestly. If you want my personal opinion, I didn't think they were going to do that. Not at all. Not at all, chat. Not at all, chat. I didn't think they were going to do that. I really didn't think that. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, Alex. Dang, Kairi, what'd she do to you? Kairi had to wake up on the wrong side of the bed for her to go up and just eliminate Asuka like that. Unless she heard something that we didn't. Nah, what just to fight one person? Nah, facts, man.
As she goes toe to toe with the beautiful Madness, and they trade striking attempts until Kairi just slaps the Women's United States Champion down. Then she goes face to face with Io Sky, and they surprisingly show immense respect to one another. Though before they fight, Julia interrupts the festivities, German suplexing Kairi Sane down before punching Io Sky into the corner, kneeing her down, and face washing her over and over again. Eventually, big booting her out of the corner. But then Kairi Sane re-emerges and dodges a headbutt, spinning back fisting Julia down twice for good measure, just in time for number 26 to make her.
Number 27? Who is it? Oh, Zoe Stark. Zoe Stark at number 27.
And she immediately hounds Kairi Sane, who of course inadvertently caused her injury all those months ago, as after a plethora of kicks, she nails a running sliding knee strike, knocking her out cold. And to ensure the damage is done, she then nails a Z360, picking her up and tossing her out of the ring. Revenge is sweet, and so are the Judgment Day, who try to recruit Zoe Stark to the Judgment Day, which she humbly denies through some kicks. As she then goes after Sol Ruka, and after some pushback, Zoe puts her down with a super kick and follows it up with a standing moonsault. And she looks to eliminate her, but she gets stopped by JC Jade, who tries to do the same to her, ultimately failing at the task, as Zoe goes up to the top rope and drops both Sol and JC with a double blockbuster. But then she faces her toughest challenge yet, as she goes after Bianca Belair, which goes wrong for her, getting brain whipped down in time for lucky number
Leo, have you heard of the Why Are You Running Me? Yeah, I've heard of it. I've seen it, actually.
27 to come on out.
Oh, number 27, Becky Lynch at number 27? Yo, chat.
Champion is in the Royal Rumble, or so you think, as she instead chooses to cower on the outside. So Bianca Belair switches her attention to the co-Iron Woman of the match, Rhea Ripley, trying her damnedest to eliminate her, but Barbie is able to survive. Though she's not thriving, as she gets put down by the WWE.
I will say it is very interesting to have Rhea Ripley be in this, because considering that the last time she was in the Royal Rumble was 2023, so it's been 3 years since she's been in a Royal Rumble match. Because the last 3, she has been, she's pretty much been champion. 2024, she was champion. 2025, she was champion, and now this time, she's going into it, not being a champion this time around. So they're doing something really interesting here. The last time she was in the Royal Rumble was 2023. 2024 and 2025, she has not been in it. So it's very refreshing to see her in there.
Who then goes over to Io Sky, trying to eliminate her as well, but Io similarly hangs on in there, as she then gets put back down as well. But before Bianca can do anything more, Becky Lynch sneaks up on her and attempts to eliminate her. Yet as soon as she realizes this won't work, she retreats back to the outside as Bianca gets distracted by an outstanding rear rip.
I'll probably have to go back through the chat and everything, but I think you said something in the 20s though, David. So you might have been right. You might have been right.
There's no comeuppance for big time Bex, at least. That is until number 28 comes on out.
Number 28? Oh boy, AJ Lee coming out at number 28.
Royal Rumble, and she immediately
Her
goes
first
after
Royal Rumble
Becky
match.
Lynch, nailing her with shot after shot, and eventually she throws her in the ring, and as soon as she joins her, she applies the Black Widow. And with the Women's Intercontinental Champion tapping like a wimp, AJ then sends Becky out of the match. However, she turns around into a surprise oblivion courtesy of Liv Morgan out of nowhere. As with her out.
Okay, Alex went back and looked at it. You called it. I think someone's going to use Bianca's braid to eliminate her. That's very clever. That's very clever. They could use, but who do you think would use it to eliminate her though, Alex? That's my question to you. So David, you actually called it. You did say Becky was gonna come out at number 27 or 26.
Out, Liv Morgan sends AJ Lee home early.
Wow. Did y'all just see that, chat, or did you guys need me to go back? Did y'all need me to go back real quick? Or did you guys see that? We'll go back right here, just in case you guys may have didn't see it.
Then sends Becky out of the match.
Becky's
However,
eliminated.
She turns around into a surprise oblivion courtesy of Liv Morgan out of nowhere. As with her out, Liv Morgan sends AJ Lee home early.
David, did you see it? Pretty much, I'll give you like a little recap of what just happened. Becky Lynch got eliminated by AJ Lee and AJ Lee didn't see it. Go back one more time. Okay. Nope, no problem. I can go back one more time, chat. We'll go right here. We'll go right here. So you have AJ and Becky fighting on the outside here.
Shot after shot, and eventually she throws her in the ring, and as soon as she joins her, she applies the Black Widow. And with the Women's Intercontinental Champion tapping like a wimp, AJ then sends Becky out of the match. However,
Becky's eliminated.
she turns around into a surprise oblivion courtesy of Liv Morgan out of nowhere. As with her out, Liv Morgan sends AJ Lee home early. And Becky Lynch loves this, even in her defeat, as she manhandle slams her on the concrete floor. As with her walking away from the corpse.
I honestly can see this scenario actually playing out, chat. I honestly feel like this scenario will play out, chat, at Royal Rumble. I honestly do feel like that's going to happen.
Countdown starts, and Becky decides to wait and see who is going to come out next at number 29.
Oh, not number 29. Maxine Dupree at number 29, chat.
She heads towards the ring, and once she does eventually make her way into the ring, she first comes into contact with Liv Morgan, blocking a shot as she roundhouse kicks her down as well. Then she chucks her into the corner and uses her own body weight to put her down, needing her to put her on her stomach. Though Zoe Stark attempts to eliminate her, and while she initially fails, thanks to a Becky Lynch distraction, she gets the job done. Maxine is in and out just like that.
AJ Lee is ready for Mania.
As she and Becky Lynch brawl all the way to the back. Meanwhile, Zoe looks for a third elimination.
LOL, Maxine entry 29, come on. LOL.
Taking out Liv Morgan.
Oh, you got...
Hangs on in there.
Oh, Zoe Stark trying to eliminate Liv.
Which Jordan Grace and Lash Legend just aren't able to.
Who's number 30? Oh, Lash Legend gone.
The Juggernaut. As she then targets Sol Ruka, though just
I thought
like
number 30
Liv,
was coming out.
she survives in time for number 30 to come on out.
Who's number 30? Trish Stratus at number 30. Could this be... Is this realistic, chat? Could she honestly make a number 30 entry? Or do you guys think they will go with something more surprising like a Paige? Having Paige come out or come back.
Blocking a kick to the gut before flooding her with a chick kick. And with some satisfaction, she picks Zoe Starks up and sends her out of the Royal Rumble. Though before she can celebrate, she turns around into a clothesline over the top rope, eliminating her too, courtesy of JC Jane.
JC Jane, bro. Come on, JC.
She then focuses in on Lyra Valkyria, trying to eliminate her too. But unlike Trish,
no, Roxanne didn't get eliminated. Some of them are still in there. I guess it's the way he's doing it. He's structuring it.
Before ultimately unsecuring the NXT Women's Champion down. But Roxanne Perez then tries to eliminate the Bird Lady.
There you go, Roxanne.
Lyra ducks, which sends her out of the match. However,
Roxanne gone.
She pays too much attention to her as Julia sneaks up on her and sends her out of the match all the same. As she then goes back over to Sol Ruka, plunging her down with a knee. Though she fights back with a well-timed boot, Soul snatching Julia's soul. But then JC Jane tries sneaking up on Sol Ruka, which fails, as she gets hit with shots left, right, and center.
Wait, Roxanne is going to eliminate Liv Morgan. Well, pretty much Roxanne just got eliminated by somebody else.
Up until she falls on the ropes, as with a stun, Sol Ruka super kicks her out of the Rumble.
Oh.
A sign of things to come.
So Ruka gone.
Perhaps, as Julia quickly disposes of Sol Ruka.
And that's another thing. That's another thing. I think Sol Ruka and JC Jane are going to be in this to set up their potential match at Stand Delivered for the NXT Women's Championship. I think that's what they're leaning towards, chat.
Then she goes over to Liv Morgan, as after countering a kick, she nails her with a vicious headbutt, which gets quickly followed up with a Arrivederci. However, before she can perhaps even eliminate Liv Morgan, the Big Three stands in her way, and she knows this may be her final stand, so she goes out swinging, striking all three women before being put down by Bianca Belair's Kiss of Death, as Io Sky is ultimately the one to eliminate the Women's United States Champion. Then Rhea sneak attacks Bianca Belair, electric chair face bustering her down before putting both herself and the EST up on the top rope as Mommy avalanche riptides Bianca Belair. And this combo gets followed up with an Io Sky moonsault. Yet before they can take advantage, Rhea turns on Io and unbelievably eliminates her.
Wow. Wow, chat. So not only did we see earlier on in the Rumble match, we see Charlotte accidentally eliminate Alexa, right? But now these two are your current tag team champions. Both have been in there since the start, and you just had literally Rhea just turn on, pretty much Io here and eliminate her. Now I don't know if this will be a full blown heel turn, but I think this might be just for the sake of doing the move here and just pretty much seeing where they can go. Maybe the first tease, if anything. What do y'all think about that, chat? Bad mommy. Wow, that's what I'm saying, David. That let me go back. I literally felt like, why?
Putting both herself and the EST up on the top rope as Mommy avalanche riptides Bianca Belair.
So
this combo gets followed up.
So Rhea had the match.
Moonsault. Yet before they can take advantage, Rhea turns on Io and unbelievably eliminates her. But Liv Morgan is back up as she clotheslines Rhea Ripley out as well.
And Liv Morgan eliminated Rhea Ripley, shockingly enough, bro. That's very interesting. Bro, what y'all think about that? So Rhea just got eliminated by Liv after Rhea just eliminated Io Sky here. Now Liv is still, people did say Liv was gonna last long in this Rumble. She's still in it. She's still in it, chat. What do y'all think about that, chat? Because I did not think they were gonna do that. Leo is your overlord. Rhea, LOL, I'm dead.
We're down to 2. Who will go
the final 2.
WrestleMania?
Hey, did not say this, chat. Did not say these were going to be your final 2 in the Rumble match. Did not say these were going to be your final 2. Liv is in the final 2 once again. Let's see if she's going to actually win it this time, though, chat. These are your final 2. You have Liv Morgan and Bianca Belair. Bianca came in at number 3, and Liv Morgan came in at number 4.
Well, it won't be Bianca Belair, whom after missing a critical brain whip, she gets hit with an oblivion and chucked out of the match. Liv Morgan has won the 2026 Women's Royal Rumble.
Let's freaking go.
42.
Let's go.
Which champion will she choose?
Let's go. Let's go. Liv Morgan won. Liv Morgan won. Liv Morgan won here. Liv Morgan won. Where's Asuka and Kairi? Both of them got eliminated earlier. Asuka got eliminated by Kairi Sane, and I think Kairi Sane got eliminated, I think by Nia, if I'm not mistaken. But both of them got eliminated earlier on. But your final 2 were Liv Morgan and both were Liv Morgan and Bianca. Bianca went for the braid. Liv Morgan ducked here, hit the oblivion, sent Bianca out, and Liv Morgan has won the Royal Rumble match, winning from number 4. Now, honestly, I gotta give that a really big thumbs up in my book. Hey man, I that was a really good one. I might do the men's version on a later date, you guys, but you guys can let me know. I'm probably gonna I might do this again probably like next week again, where I'll do this. Maybe I'll do some 2K stuff as well. Maybe I'll do some GMO stuff, probably maybe a little bit more interactive. We'll do the men's version, and we'll probably do some other stuff as well. But yeah, I really thought this was a really decent video. Well deserved. Crowd chants, you deserve it. Absolutely. I'm honestly thinking this is how they should structure it. Whoever Ultra 2K guy, if they can hire you for WWE and you book this, I'm all for it, man. I'm all for this. Get this man in the creative room ASAP. Get this man in the creative room ASAP and let this man cook, because this right here proved that he was cooking right here. He was cooking here. I will admit that bro was cooking. He was cooking in the kitchen. Let's be real about that. But yeah, I thought this was a really interesting one. Very very interesting. You had Liv and pretty much Rhea come out. You had pretty much Io and Rhea. Yeah, Io and Rhea, your first two entrants. Uh, Leo, did you watch Raw recap with Liv and Roxanne? I started to, but I didn't really finish it. Is there something that I may have missed? Leah wants Nikki Bella. No, I don't. Absolutely not. I want her to be the first one eliminated in the Rumble match. But I can see what I said earlier. I can see Nikki Bella eliminating Bianca in that match to get a lot of heat on her. Because I feel like if you're really doing it, you're going to want that person that's going to get a lot of heat coming out of the Rumble. And I could see Nikki Bella doing that. I think, shockingly enough, maybe they might put Nikki Bella in the match and she might make a deep run. No pun intended. And then she ends up eliminating Bianca, who's going to be a really a big favorite for a lot of people. And then having her win, I could see them doing that. I could see her costing Bianca from winning the match. I could see them doing that, chat. Yeah, ASAP. This is absolute cinema. Facts. I honestly felt like this was absolute cinema at its finest, if you ask me. I thought it was a really good one. I actually thought this was really good, if you ask me. But you guys can let me know in the comment section down below what did you guys think about this as well, for sure. And I also recorded the video as we were streaming, so I will pretty much be putting that up as a video. So if you guys want to go back and rewatch it, I will probably put that up tomorrow and everything like that. So definitely be on the lookout for that if you guys want to rewatch it, just comment and everything like that. So yeah. If you guys want to, I will probably, like, if you guys really want me to do the men's version, I will do it again. I'll do this again next week. I can do this again next week if you, for sure. Everyone go subscribe to the guy who made this video. Yeah, facts. Let me actually do this right here. If you guys can't see, let me see if I can give the proper Ultra 2K gamer guy. So if you guys haven't seen him, go check him out. Dope content creator. I've checked out a few of his videos in the past and everything like that. He's definitely has some really interesting takes and everything. So I definitely will go give him a subscription, and everything like that. Yeah, because the guy is really dope. Very very dope. A dope content creator in the space. So if you guys want, I will leave his link in the description below on this stream. So if you guys want to go follow him and go give him some love, and tell him to Kicking It With Leo sent you, and everything like that. So definitely go look for more of his content and everything. And I also will be leaving a like on this video as well. We will do the men's version. If you guys want me to do the men's version, leave that all down. I'm gonna post the actual video of me reacting to it pretty much with all of you guys. That will be going out probably tomorrow. So you can also let me know if you guys want me to react to it in the comment section. And if you guys do get a decent amount of comments and likes on it, I'll go and stream it next week, around this time next week and everything like that, because we do have some things coming up. We have Saturday Night Main Event coming up. We also have the first TNA under AMC is going to be happening this week as well. So that's going to be a really big deal. But yeah, I think that it's going to be a very interesting week of wrestling and SmackDown early as well once again. And then we have next week Saturday Night Main Event. We have SmackDown, Raw. And then we also have the week after, which is the big week, which is Rumble and everything like that. So definitely going to be looking forward to that and seeing, hopefully, fingers crossed. I did say we might have to say a quick prayer for Liv Morgan winning that Royal Rumble on January 31st, 2026, man. Because I'm very, very looking forward to that match. And I'm really hoping WWE, please give her the win this time around. Please. But yeah, I thought this was a decent episode, you guys. I thought this was a really good stream. You guys showed up, showed out, and gave a lot of love. And looking forward to doing this more with you guys in the future as well. So with that being said, hope everybody has an amazing rest of your day. I'm gonna let you guys know if I'm gonna stream NXT tonight. I maybe will, maybe I won't. I'm not sure. It really depends. But I will try to stream once again this week. I'll try to stream um TNA, and I'll also be streaming SmackDown for a fact. So uh definitely you'll be looking to see more on streams this week, and then we have some other content that will be dropping throughout the week as well. So yeah, yes, please WWE like and sub to this YouTuber. Facts, David. Hey, if WWE followed me, hey, we cooking, man. We cooking in 2026. I will say that much at the very least. But um, this was an amazing stream. Looking forward to do this more with you guys and everything like that. You guys, I appreciate every single one of you guys. I know sometimes I may not say it enough, but I am very appreciative for every single one of you that do come on my streams and show love and show out. We always have good conversations on for whether if we agree on something, whether if we don't agree, we always have that healthy dialogue on wrestling because this is something we all love at the end of the day, and I'm very appreciative to share that with all of you guys. So definitely looking forward to doing this more with you guys in the future, and in the coming weeks as we head into WrestleMania, as we head into the Royal Rumble, and everything like that. Okay, hey, appreciate that, man, David. Hey, you're all the goats. You're all goated. If you ask me, you're all goated in my book, and everything like that. But with that being said, I'm gonna hop out for a little bit, and pretty much I might stream again later on for NXT. We'll see. But with that being said, hope everybody has an amazing rest of your Tuesday. Too sweet, hearty handshake, and I'll see you guys in the next one. You guys, deuces.